Have you ever stopped for a moment and noticed something surprising about aging? It is not only your joints becoming stiff or your muscles losing strength. One of the earliest and most overlooked signs of aging is something far more subtle: your vision. Many older adults begin to accept blurry eyesight, difficulty seeing at night, or dry, irritated eyes as if it is simply a normal part of growing older. But what if that assumption is incomplete? What if your eyes are not failing just because of age, but because something deeper is happening inside your body every single night while you sleep? The truth is, your eyes are not just wearing out like an old machine. They are struggling because the body is slowly losing its ability to repair them during the most important healing window of the day: nighttime deep sleep. And here's where things become even more interesting. There is evidence suggesting that a simple, natural fruit, when eaten at the right time in the evening, may actually support this hidden repair process and help your eyes recover more effectively while you rest. To understand this properly, we need to go beyond surface level thinking. The eyes are not passive organs. In fact, they are among the most metabolically active tissues in your entire body, second only to the brain. Think about what that means in real life. From the moment you wake up until you close your eyes at night, your vision system is under constant pressure. Light exposure, screen time, environmental toxins, fluctuating blood sugar levels, and oxidative stress all combine to create a heavy biological workload. This constant activity produces something harmful inside your cells known as free radicals. These are unstable molecules that gradually damage delicate eye structures if they are not properly controlled. Over time, this silent damage builds up day after day, year after year. Now, here is the part most people do not realize. Your body is not designed to break down without repair. In fact, it has a powerful built in regeneration system that activates at night while you sleep. During deep sleep, your body shifts into repair mode. Cells begin to recover, damaged proteins are cleared, and tissues are restored. This includes the eyes, but there is a problem. For many seniors, this natural repair cycle does not function as efficiently as it used to. The reason is not just aging itself, it is a combination of metabolic stress, unstable blood sugar, and chronic inflammation. When glucose levels fluctuate too much at night, and when the body lacks sufficient antioxidants and nutrients, the repair process becomes weaker. Oxygen delivery slows down, cellular cleanup becomes incomplete, and as a result, the eyes wake up still feeling tired, dry, or even more blurred than before. So instead of fully restoring vision overnight, the body falls behind. And this is the key insight. The real issue is not simply that the eyes are aging, but that the repair system is no longer keeping up with the damage being created during the day. This creates a mismatch. The eyes need one thing to recover, but the body's providing something else entirely. Now, this is exactly where nutrition begins to play a critical role. Certain foods, when consumed in the right window before sleep, can actually influence your internal chemistry. They can reduce oxidative stress, stabilize blood sugar, and provide essential compounds that support retinal and lens cell repair. In other words, food is not just energy, it becomes biological information that tells your body whether to repair or continue breaking down. This means that what you eat in the evening is not a minor detail. It can directly influence how well your eyes recover overnight. In this video, we are going to break this down step by step. You will learn how nighttime eye repair actually works, how hormones like melatonin and insulin control this process, why oxidative stress silently damages your vision, and why one specific fruit has gained attention in research for its potential role in supporting eye health when consumed before bed. We will also move beyond theory. You will get clear, practical steps that you can apply immediately, not just in terms of diet, but also in your evening habits, sleep timing, and lifestyle choices that influence whether your eyes repair or continue to decline overnight. So stay with this carefully because what you are about to understand could completely change how you think about aging vision. When we talk about aging, most people immediately think about visible changes: wrinkles forming on the skin, gray hair appearing, or muscles becoming weaker over time. But there is something far more important happening beneath the surface that often goes unnoticed. Your eyes, in fact, are among the very first organs to show signs of aging long before most other parts of the body reveal any clear decline. The reason for this is simple but powerful. The eyes are among the most metabolically active tissues in the human body, second only to the brain. This means they are constantly consuming energy, processing information, and responding to light every single second you are awake. There is no pause button for your vision. From the moment you open your eyes in the morning, they begin working at full capacity. To understand what this really means, imagine a simple analogy. Think of your eyes like the headlights of a car. When you drive at night, those headlights stay switched on continuously. They consume energy, generate heat, and gradually experience wear and tear. Now imagine that car is never serviced, never repaired, and the bulbs are never replaced. Over time, the brightness fades, and eventually, the light becomes weak or fails completely. This is very similar to what happens inside your visual system over years of constant use. Inside your eyes, especially in the retina and lens, there are extremely sensitive cells responsible for converting light into signals that your brain can interpret. These are called photoreceptor cells. Throughout the day, they are constantly bombarded by light signals, which creates a natural byproduct called oxidative stress. At the same time, the lens at the front of the eye is continuously exposed to ultraviolet light, which slowly alters its proteins, making them less flexible and more clouded over time. This ongoing exposure does not stop, it accumulates. As years pass, this buildup contributes to common age related eye conditions such as cataracts, where the lens becomes cloudy, macular degeneration, where central vision is affected, and general difficulty seeing clearly in low light environments. However, the human body is not designed to simply degrade without resistance. It has a powerful internal repair system that activates every night during deep sleep. This is when your body shifts from a state of activity into a state of restoration. During this nighttime phase, specialized enzymes begin working inside the retina to remove damaged proteins. The lens starts clearing out waste materials caused by ultraviolet exposure. Even the cornea, the outer surface of the eye, continues to receive oxygen directly from the environment while your eyes are closed, helping maintain its clarity and function. It is essentially a built in maintenance cycle that runs silently every night. But here's where the problem begins. For many older adults, this repair system becomes less efficient over time. It does not stop working completely, but it becomes weaker and less effective. There are two main reasons for this decline. The first is a lack of raw materials. The body simply does not have enough nutrients, antioxidants, and repair compounds available to fully complete the healing process. The second is increased metabolic stress, especially related to unstable blood sugar and chronic inflammation, which interfere with how efficiently cells can repair themselves. To put this into perspective, imagine trying to rebuild a damaged house overnight. But instead of having enough bricks, tools, and workers, you are missing essential materials. At the same time, new damage keeps occurring while you are trying to repair the old damage. Under those conditions, the repair process cannot keep up. The structure slowly deteriorates instead of being restored. This is exactly what happens inside the eyes when repair demands exceed what the body can provide. Over time, people begin to notice the effects. Eyes feel dry in the morning, vision appears slightly more blurred than the day before, and fatigue in the eyes becomes more common. It is not sudden damage, but a slow accumulation of incomplete repair cycles. This leads to an important realization. The core issue is not simply aging itself. It is a growing imbalance between the damage the eyes experience during the day and the body's reduced ability to fully repair that damage at night. The encouraging part is that this process is not fixed or irreversible. The body still has the ability to repair itself, but it requires proper support. When you provide the right nutrients, stabilize internal conditions, and reduce metabolic stress, you can significantly improve how effectively this nighttime repair system functions. This is where nutrition becomes especially important. What you consume in the evening can directly influence your blood chemistry during sleep. It can either support, repair, or interfere with it. And this brings us to one of the most overlooked factors in eye aging: blood sugar. Because what happens with your glucose levels at night can quietly determine whether your eyes recover or continue to deteriorate while you sleep. In the next section, We will break down exactly how blood sugar affects your vision, why even small imbalances matter more than most people realize, and how simple evening habits can significantly change the way your eyes age over time. One of the most overlooked connections in eye health is the relationship between blood sugar and vision, especially during the night. Most people associate high blood glucose with conditions like diabetes, weight gain, or heart problems. But what is rarely discussed is how even small fluctuations in blood sugar can quietly damage the delicate structures of the eye over time, especially while you are asleep. To understand this better, imagine your eye as a highly precise camera lens. Its job is to stay perfectly clear so it can capture sharp, detailed images. Now imagine that every night a thin layer of sticky syrup is slowly poured over that lens. At first, you might not notice much change, but over weeks, months, and years, that sticky coating begins to cloud the glass, interfere with focus, and reduce image clarity. This is similar to what happens inside your eyes when blood sugar remains elevated at night. When glucose levels stay high in the bloodstream, a process called glycation begins. This is when sugar molecules attach themselves to proteins in your body. In the eyes, this affects the lens and retinal tissues directly. The proteins become stiff, inflamed, and less functional. Over time, this contributes to clouding of the lens and reduced visual sharpness. Scientific research has consistently shown that glycation is one of the key underlying mechanisms behind cataracts and age related vision decline. Even people who are not officially diabetic can still experience gradual damage if their blood sugar remains slightly elevated over long periods of time, especially during nighttime hours when the body is supposed to be in full repair mode. But there is another layer to this problem that makes it even more important to understand. As we age, many people develop a condition known as insulin resistance. This means the body cells do not respond to insulin as efficiently as they once did. As a result, glucose remains in the bloodstream longer instead of being properly absorbed into cells for energy. Now, here is where the issue becomes critical for eye health. The eyes depend on a steady and balanced supply of nutrients and energy to maintain their repair processes. But when insulin resistance is present, the system becomes inefficient. There may be plenty of glucose in the blood, but the cells that need it most are not receiving it properly. It is a paradox where energy is available but not usable. This imbalance creates a situation where eye tissues are exposed to excess sugar while simultaneously experiencing a form of internal starvation. Over time, this combination accelerates wear and tear in the retina and lens. It does not cause immediate failure, but it gradually weakens the repair systems that are supposed to restore the eyes each night. This is why many older adults notice progressive vision changes even without a formal diagnosis of diabetes. The damage is subtle but continuous. Each night, if blood sugar remains unstable, the repair cycle inside the eyes is interrupted. Instead of fully recovering, the tissues remain slightly stressed, slightly inflamed, and slightly damaged. Over time, these small imperfections accumulate. The good news is that this process can be influenced significantly through simple, consistent lifestyle adjustments. One of the most powerful interventions is controlling what you eat in the evening. High glycemic foods such as sweets, refined carbohydrates, or sugary snacks can rapidly increase blood glucose levels before sleep. When this happens, insulin must work harder throughout the night, which interferes with both hormonal balance and cellular repair. A more effective approach is to focus on balanced evening nutrition. Pairing carbohydrates with protein or healthy fats slows down glucose absorption and prevents sharp spikes in blood sugar. For example, instead of eating a sugary dessert before bed, combining a small portion of fruit with nuts or yogurt can create a much more stable metabolic environment for overnight repair. Another important factor is light physical activity after dinner. Something as simple as a short walk can significantly improve how the body processes glucose. Studies have shown that even 10 minutes of gentle movement after eating can reduce post meal blood sugar levels by a meaningful percentage. This directly reduces glycation stress on the eyes during sleep. Timing also plays a critical role. Eating too close to bedtime disrupts the natural coordination between insulin activity and melatonin production. Ideally, finishing your last meal at least 2 to 3 hours before sleep allows your body to stabilize blood sugar levels before entering the repair phase of the night. Finally, Certain foods can naturally improve insulin sensitivity over time. Ingredients such as cinnamon, leafy green vegetables, vinegar based dressings, and omega 3 rich foods like walnuts or fish have been studied for their ability to support healthier glucose regulation. When insulin sensitivity improves, the entire system becomes more efficient and the eyes receive a more stable environment for repair. The key takeaway is simple but powerful. Blood sugar is not just a metabolic issue, it is directly connected to how well your eyes recover every single night. When glucose is unstable, repair is incomplete. When glucose is stable, healing becomes more effective. And now that we understand this connection, the next factor becomes even more important: oxidative stress. Because even if blood sugar is controlled, the eyes still face another major challenge during the night that can silently accelerate aging. In the next section, we will explore how oxidative stress damages the retina, why antioxidant defenses naturally decline with age, and how you can rebuild that protection every evening to support long term vision health. Even if blood sugar is well controlled, there is still another powerful force working against your vision every single day and night. That force is oxidative stress. In fact, many researchers now describe age related vision decline not simply as a mechanical problem of aging, but as an oxidative disease. That means the damage is largely driven by an imbalance between free radical production and the body's ability to neutralize them. To understand this clearly, think about your eyes like a high performance engine that never turns off during the day. Every time light enters your eye, your photoreceptor cells convert that light into electrical signals for your brain. This process is incredibly efficient, but it comes with a cost. Just like an engine produces exhaust while running, your eye cells produce waste in the form of reactive oxygen species, also known as free radicals. These free radicals are unstable molecules. They are highly reactive and can damage proteins, fats, and even DNA inside your cells if they are not neutralized in time. Over the course of a single day, your eyes generate a large amount of this oxidative exhaust, especially in environments with bright light, screens, pollution, or UV exposure. Normally, the body is equipped with a strong defense system to handle this. These defenses are antioxidants, molecules such as vitamin C, vitamin E, lutein, zeaxanthin, and glutathione act like protective shields. They neutralize free radicals before they can cause significant harm. They essentially act as cleanup crews, repairing and stabilizing the internal environment of your eye cells. But here is where the problem begins with aging. As we get older, the body's natural antioxidant capacity gradually declines. At the same time, dietary intake of antioxidant rich foods often decreases. On top of that, chronic low grade inflammation and environmental stress increase the overall burden of free radicals. This creates a dangerous imbalance. By the time night arrives, when your body is supposed to enter its deepest repair phase, the antioxidant system is already partially depleted. It is like starting a repair job without enough tools, workers, or protective equipment. The intention to repair is there, but the resources are limited. This is one of the key reasons why nighttime is so important for eye health. During sleep, your body is not just resting, it is actively trying to repair and detoxify the damage accumulated throughout the day. But without sufficient antioxidant support, this process becomes incomplete. Research supports this idea strongly. Large scale studies have shown that people with higher dietary intake of antioxidants, particularly carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin, have a significantly lower risk of progression to advanced macular degeneration. These compounds are especially important because they are concentrated directly in the retina, where they act like internal filters that protect against light induced damage. So, what can be done to restore this defense system? The first step is increasing antioxidant rich foods, especially in the evening. Fruits like blueberries, cherries, kiwi, and pomegranates contain powerful polyphenols and vitamin C that directly reduce oxidative stress. Leafy green vegetables such as spinach and kale are particularly important because they contain lutein and zeaxanthin, which specifically accumulate in the retina and provide targeted protection. The second step is improving absorption. Many antioxidants are fat soluble, meaning they are absorbed more effectively when paired with healthy fats. For example, Combining berries with nuts, yogurt, or seeds can significantly increase their effectiveness compared to eating them alone. The third step is supporting glutathione production. Glutathione is often called the body's master antioxidant because it plays a central role in detoxification and cellular repair. Foods like asparagus, avocado, and cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli and cabbage help the body naturally produce more glutathione, strengthening the eye's ability to recover overnight. At the same time, it is equally important to avoid factors that deplete antioxidants. Alcohol, smoking, and high sugar intake all increase oxidative stress and drain the body's protective reserves. Even moderate evening alcohol consumption can reduce the efficiency of nighttime repair processes, especially in older adults. Timing also matters more than most people realize. Consuming antioxidant rich foods in the evening, ideally within 2 to 3 hours of sleep, ensures that these nutrients are available precisely when the eyes enter their peak repair phase. This alignment between nutrition and biology is what maximizes the effect. Now, when we connect everything together, a clear picture emerges. Eye aging is not caused by one single factor. It is a result of multiple overlapping systems: unstable blood sugar, declining antioxidant defenses, reduced melatonin production, and incomplete nighttime repair cycles. But the encouraging truth is that this process is not fixed. It can be influenced. When you stabilize blood sugar in the evening, support antioxidant intake, and align your habits with your body's natural repair rhythm, you give your eyes a much better chance to recover each night instead of deteriorating. And this is the final insight: your eyes are constantly rebuilding themselves every single night. Your body is trying to repair the damage of the day. The difference between clearer vision and declining vision often comes down not to age alone, but to whether that repair cycle is fully supported or constantly interrupted. If you apply even a few of the principles from this video, you are no longer just watching your vision change with age. You are actively participating in how it changes